Whoa! Let's not do
This is iProperty NT TV Athens edition.
There we go.
Very good.
Let's talk about a few things.
I need to do my hair as well.
No, well, you got more hair than me. G'day, guys. Peter Kafkas.
And I'm Peter Gowers for iProperty NT TV, episode
4?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Podcast, vodcast.
But the good news is that whatever we talk about today is not related to what we talked about last time. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few things to discuss today, don't we?
We do, yeah.
Yeah. We'll start we'll start by saying we are right now, as it stands, we are on a cyclone warning. It's gone from a cyclone watch to a cyclone warning, and I think it's going to hit what's
tonight.
the name? Marcus? Cyclone Marcus?
Cyclone Marcus.
It is Cyclone Marcus.
Yeah.
And
so to give you full clarity on that, about 24 hours ago, actually less than that, I called this fella here to tell him there was a cyclone coming. We have open for inspections tomorrow, and I dare say we won't be doing those. But tonight, we're likely to get 100km/h winds, which, look, if you've lived in this part of the world, that's not a lot, to be honest. Yes, it's excessive. You want to put your toys away, but it's not as bad as it gets. But we will have a lot of water.
Absolutely.
And it's already started, so we'll see how we go. Nice. Cyclone shelters, got our kits ready.
Yep.
Packet of twisties and a Twix.
Twix, you got it.
We're all set to go.
We're in the territory, that's how we live.
That's how we roll.
Now, we were having a conversation the other day about stirring up the market a little bit.
So I was mad as hell last weekend, actually, and I thought,
mad?
Yeah. And after we talked about it, I thought, look, it'll go away. We'll be right. But it's staying with me. It's an itch I can't scratch, and I'm actually really sick of it because, look, like you, I watch shows about real estate from overseas, $1 million listings in the various locations around the US, and whenever you watch those shows, the first thing that comes to mind when you're an agent, particularly in Darwin and in other parts of Australia, is that buying agents and selling agents all work together. And when I lived in Dubai, it was exactly the same. So when a sale of a property happened, there was a buyer, there was a seller, there was a buyer's agent, and there was a seller's agent.
Yes.
And everybody got together and they sorted it out. You know, once the main deal points had all been ticked off, everybody got together to sign contracts, and that's just how it worked.
Yeah, is that like similar to the American system?
Virtually the same. Virtually the same.
Right.
And I think, and I could stand corrected here, but I think the UK works off the same system. And I sort of thought about it the other night because I was watching, I think it was San Francisco, $1 million listings, and I was like, isn't it amazing? Yeah, they don't all get along, but it's a relatively seamless process because everybody has everybody's best interest in mind, and everybody is their client.
Right.
So that really made me think about what we do here. And I remember the old days when the market was rising and everybody, you know, if you could list, you could sell. It was all easy and what have you. And conjunctionals, as we call them, were virtually unheard of. And I hate to say it, but the arrogant numbnuts in our industry, we'll do a conjunctional, 80-20.
I remember that back in the day.
Like, okay, no worries, mate, I'll take my buyer elsewhere.
Yeah.
So in this market, where people aren't selling, and we're seeing properties on the market for a year, 2 years, etc., etc. Now, I understand vendors play a role in that too, but this is when we should all be working together, because sometimes you're working with a buyer who, for whatever reason, they choose to work with you because they like you, they trust you, they believe you. And then there's people selling who can't get buyers. Isn't 50% of something better than 100% of nothing? So that really has been resonating a lot recently, and this is a challenge to our industry to get over yourself make more sales, and let's get our vendors' best interests at heart, get these properties selling, and obviously help those buyers who are out there looking for direction.
And it's funny, you know, some of them that would even have a bar of helping you 2, 3, 4 years ago, some of them now, they're a little bit open to it. So good to see some of them, but my word, Pete, you are spot on.
Well, look,
You are spot on.
we're in competition with each other. We get that. You don't have to like us. You don't have to like what we do, and vice versa, mind you. But that's irrelevant. We work in an industry where we work for people who, you know, want to sell their home. It's their largest asset usually.
Absolutely.
And they're at that situation where I guess they're on high alert emotionally. You know, they make a decision in their mind to sell.
Yep.
A lot of the time they need that help.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
just because you've listed the property doesn't mean you should sit there and go, oh, well, I showed it 3 times on Saturdays, let's drop the price. Yeah. Now that may be the answer, but it's not the only answer.
No, that's right.
And there's other agents in town who are working with people as well. And like I say, we don't all have to like each other and go out to dinner and be best mates, but we're working for a common goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Put your egos aside, hey?
That's what it is. In many cases, that's what it is. And look, in towns of this size, that happens.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
people that get successful, it breeds arrogance. And I'm not saying, you know, they're all arrogant and that, you know, everybody else is whatever. And people may say the same about us. That's, you know, we're more than happy to cop that. But at this time, when we've seen fewer and fewer sales than we've seen in, you know, a very, very long time, surely it would make sense if we all work together towards a common goal. And like I said before, 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
You've just hit it on the head, Pete. I couldn't agree with you more today. So
That's my bugbear.
yeah, look. You heard Pete. He makes a lot of sense right now. Let's put our own interests. We are working for the vendor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if that means we need to all work together to get a deal done, we will put a shout out to all the agencies in the Northern Territory. If you want to work with us, we're open to work. If we want to do 50-50 deals, we're happy to do that. Am I okay to say that?
Absolutely. But
There you go.
But I don't care if you don't want to work with us. Don't not work with us to spite yourself.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, we're putting it out there if you want to work with us. I don't care if you don't want to work with us, but if you want to make a sale or more sales, then
Let's work together.
yeah, be smart about it.
Absolutely. And on a final note, before we close this episode, we just want to thank everyone on Darwin NT Buy Swap Sell. So the other day we had Sandy, a member on there, post about, I need a real estate agent to sell my home, and can you recommend one? And we would like to thank the Darwin public. We see you.
We do.
9 recommendations in one post.
We really appreciate it, and look, at the end of the day, we just try and be open, honest, give you the feedback as it is, and if we can assist you, we'll assist you. Whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller, whether you're a renter, whether you want to rent, you know, as in a landlord, that's what we do.
Beautiful. Guys, look, hopefully we can make it out of this cyclone alive.
I think we'll be right.
So we will catch you for the next episode. This is episode 4, and hopefully we'll be alive for episode 5.
Yes, we'll see you when we're a bit drier. See you later.
Bye for now.